ガールズフロントライン2エクシリウム。
Hi guys, how you doing tonight? Sorry I had to play Girls Frontline because there's a Catgirl that just dropped in the game. And I'm gonna go ahead and play her story quest for her tonight. Or at least as much of it as I can get through. I have to have Fitusa here in her sexy outfit. I mean, she just looks so cute, but at the same time, the realization that she would probably kill you with that blade in her head while you're trying to cuddle with her, it does make me a little sad. I got some funky music. Got some, energy to spend here real quick. But no. Check these other resources real quick. $410 of those. 1,034 of those. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and over here. Right. Okay, so yeah, our needy cat girl here is on the banner, and part of the reason I want to work on this story right now is try and grab these collapse pieces so I can do more pulls on her. So, starting station. The train will always encounter lost travelers. Okay, this is message number 3751. There's an oh-so special significance to this number. For the number of dates we've had together. 7 is for the number of outfits you gave me. 5 is for May, when our eyes first met. Finally, the number 1 is what you are to me and what I am to you. We're each other's one and only, aren't we? Oh, hey. No, I'm not scared of waiting anymore. Hey, let me put this up so you can read along. That's because I believe our bond is stronger than any trial it might face. It's strong enough to overcome anything, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. And not even death will do us part. Okay, we're doing seances. Sakura, are you ready? It's the moment you've been waiting for all your life. I love this character. I wish I actually needed her on my pyro team. Is that the van? Doesn't look like it handles particularly well. Perhaps the driver's high spirits have affected the vehicle too, hee hee. The pink delivery truck seems to have noticed us watching it circle around because it speeds up directly toward us before suddenly screeching to a halt. Yes, part of the reason I love Sakura is because she runs people over with the Iseki truck. I love it. Petite doll leaps out from the truck, her countenance all nervous and frazzled. What stands before me today seems to have not changed much from my recollection of her. Sakura, welcome to the Elmo. Commander, we meet at last. I'm not sure if you know, but I've got many things I want to talk about with you. I've been working really hard, though. I'm sure Springfield's already told you about me, but have you read the letters I sent you? Commander, I want to... Sakura bursts into tears as she dives into my arms. I gently pat her back to console her. I want to... Senpai, alert, your delivery deadline is about to expire. Baka Sakura, you know your break's almost over, right? Hey, now of all times? Can't you give me a little more time? Sure I can, but for every minute you delay, you'll have a complaint filed. Once that happens, the rep you've worked so hard to build up will go down the drain. All the major platforms will lose faith in you, and you'll never get another big job again. You won't even be able to make enough money to keep me fueled up. Truck-kun is a pain in the ass. Wait, why is this happening? I only just managed to meet the commander again. Oh, life, can't you cut me some slack just this once? It's alright, Sakura. We won't be traveling too far from the settlement for the foreseeable future. So you can come back anytime. Noticing Sakura's tear-filled eyes, my hand moves on its own to pat her head. Sakura trembles, and she squeezes her glistening eyes shut and rubs her head up against my palm. Commander. Go on then. Didn't you say everyone in the Yellow Zone was counting on you? We'll have a room waiting for you on the Elmo. We can talk after you're done, right? Aye, I'll put the pedal to the metal and blast my way through at top speed. After wiping her tears away, Sakura runs back to her truck. I didn't get to talk, give my gift, or eat with the commander. We didn't manage to do anything at all. Even though I worked so hard to make this happen. And I forgot to post my social media things here. Or almost forgot to, I should say. Okay. Man, I can't believe the reunion with the commander that I'd been dreaming of ended up like this, but at least the commander patted my head. Get a grip, girlie. We had to make a big detour just to get you here. If you want a vacation, you should at least get your work done first. The only thing in your mind is making deliveries, Senpai. You don't care about my happiness at all, do you? Damn right I don't. That's because your deadline expiring is more important than that. Oh, forget it. So where are we headed? Our destination is a seaside town 380 kilometers away. It goes by the name of Port Mika. 380 kilometers isn't that far, but we have lots of deliveries to make once we're there. I hope we can wrap them up in a week's time. Right, here we go. Full speed ahead to my lovey-dovey reunion with the commander. Just as Sakura is about to step on the gas, a doll suddenly jumps out from the roadside. Aye! A fake accident scammer? Damn it, that's the Yellow Zone for you. Go get him, Sakura. My friend, O master of the savage beast, heed mine words. For salvation to bless the commander's home and estate, we must proceed post-haste to the rookie village. So please grant us passage. What? What's going on? Let's go back an hour. At the entrance to the doll community, the sun scorches its merciless rays upon an irate figure. Weeper. That all red, she's nothing but a figurehead dork after all. Betusa. That's rude, Nixie. Quick, apologize. She shouldn't have questioned my judgment. Yes, you're right. The girl rapidly switches her tone, volume, and demeanor as she talks to herself. Of course, this isn't particularly out of the ordinary, since there are always two individuals to begin with. However, under normal circumstances, Fetusa and Sweeper could have simply convened in the privacy of their neural cloud. This spectacle is but a means for Sweeper to convey her immense displeasure. The other dolls have grown used to her outbursts and are keeping their distance for the time being. I just don't get it. We've clearly got more important stuff to do, so why are we wasting our time and effort on growing piddly crap like carrots and pumpkins? They're tomatoes, my dear. Plants have feelings too, and they'd feel sad if they heard what you just said. Is that not a most lamentable tragedy? Who cares? Ulrid isn't even thinking about our combat protocols. The way I see it, about 98% of the power plant isn't defended well enough. We lack anti-heavy weaponry to effectively utilize kill zone firepower. What's she going to do if war breaks out one day? Pelt the enemy with her precious tomatoes? You need not worry, Nixie. Ulrid is proceeding with things at her own pace. We've only just managed to stabilize the community, and there are many other things that need consideration. What other considerations could be more important than this one? I shared a super exclusive Sanguis Berry-style tactical analysis with her, and what did she do? She kicked me out. Well, you did barge into her room without permission. Then you started lecturing her while she was burying her face in that commander doll. That's rather impolite, no? But that's because she refused to listen. I was thinking about our future here, and what was her response? She partook in a gross abuse of power and sent me to guard the main gate. Do you even need a doll for this kind of thing? A diner gate could handle this. Annoyed, Sweeper kicks open the door to the security kiosk and finds herself looking into a pair of confused eyes. What? My name will be struck from the roll of honorable protectors? That's not what I meant. And art thou the diner gate that shall replace me? A hero shan't give up without a fight. Who are you calling a diner gate? Sweeper jumps up and tries to karate chop her, but Dushevnia nimbly blocks the attempt. The resultant motions, however, have them stuck in a particularly ridiculous pose, which makes Sweeper blush. You can hear Fetusa giggling in her mind as all this is going on. What are you doing here anyway? The Supreme Leader hath personally anointed me as a border guardian. Don't they need more people down on the test plots? Indeed they do, and 'twas my fervent desire to grant them aid in replanting the Garden of the Gods. However, Helen has taken up those duties. Huh? Helen said she liked doing that sort of thing. And here I thought it was because you had a black thumb. Such slander! Nay, she proclaimed that heroes ought to do more interesting and exciting things. So you chose to come here and space out? The doll community's grand border is mine to guard. What is there to doubt? I stand watch here because disaster is about to. Hold it. While this is an important duty, you can't protect anything by sitting here. What do you think the real threat to the community is? Quiet, exasperated chuckle fills the air. Fetusa knows Nixie is about to get into it again. The real threat is... Wrong! But a word had yet escaped my mouth. The fact that you didn't answer immediately is already wrong. The answer is obvious. It's war! Full-scale war! It's the enemies of the commander. It's the mastermind behind the destruction of the world. If an army of third-gen dolls shows up at our doorstep right now, backed by a carrier strike group and collapsed particle naval artillery, do you think you could protect everyone? Wait. What would something like that actually happen? Dushevnia furrows her brows, immersed as she is within the annals of that apocalyptic prophecy. Well, there's the rub. But we needn't fret. The commander is our god, after all. I'm sure she'll find a way to save the world. All heroes have to do is obey the commandments of God. Oh, please, the commander isn't a god. She's just a human being. That said, I have to admit she's a human with an iron will, one that Sanguine's Fairy had to respect. As ferocious as a Cerberus, and as decisive as a Nemuum. I never heard of that. Indeed, she truly is a natural-born killer who was raised for warfare. While most of that just goes over Dushevnia's head, she finds herself nodding instinctively. So the question now is, what does she need? She needs a multi-kiloton land battleship, loyal and overwhelming firepower, as well as a meticulous and perceptive combat support AI. Can the doll community provide these necessities? That's why I said she's going to dump us when war comes. Dushevnia. Well, we can't protect ourselves and we always have to rely on the commander, but I'm sure she won't just cast us aside. Even if she doesn't abandon us, she's not going to value us either, right? We'll end up as farming dolls, working the fields day and night. All we can do is watch the other dolls do great things. We might be invited to make up numbers at the victory celebration, but we'll never be the focus of the commander's attention on the battlefield. Sweeper delivers each word with such conviction that she doesn't even hear Fetusa sighing inside her head. Dushevnia. But maybe, what if that's what's already happening? I mean, it's been a long time since I've been sent on a mission, although some newcomers have. Could it be that, indeed, this is but the perfect opportunity? The commander is already making her move. As I thought, she spent those 10 years lying low, sharpening her claws, observing the world and waiting for an opportunity to strike. And now in one fell swoop she seized territory, resources, and loyal soldiers. I am certain that we too can achieve such lofty goals. Indeed, all we lack is courage. Fetusa can sense Sweeper's spirits rising. It's at the point where nothing she can say from inside her mind can dampen her mood. Perhaps it's because she has a better listener than Ulrid in front of her. All she can do is sigh. Dushevnia isn't dumb, but the way she's so in tune with Sweeper is, well, they actually be more alike than they think. I know, right? Helen said that we'd be happy as long as we stuck with the commander, but if we did that, the commander would be too tired and she wouldn't be able to spend time with us. Just look at Suomi. She's doing her best to sell our tomatoes. I'm part of the doll community too, so I can't keep relying on the commander to do everything for me. Yeah, she's an absolute madwoman. Not only is she on the URNC Most Wanted list, she stands tall as the eternal enemy of Sanguine's Fairy. Plus, there's that heart of hers, which scorches the land with sheer ambition. There's no way she would be content with just growing tomatoes. Oh, hi, Cold Winds. Yeah, I gotta narrate this because there's no voicing, you know. But people seem to like that too, so thanks for stopping in, though. This is the intro story quest to the, to Basti's story missions. She just got released today. I think I've managed to level up my motivation thanks to your encouragement. What's your name? Fetusa, was it? You're like a master of the arts of war. I think I'll just call you War Master. It's Sweeper, but Helen was right. You shouldn't be slaving away in the fields because you're way smarter than most of the dolls here. We are tactical dolls. We are warriors. The commander who defeated Sanguine's Fairy doesn't need farmers, but perfect soldiers. That I am certain. Just, since you weren't here for the last, one, Sweeper shares a body with Fetusa. Sweeper is an old Sanguine's Fairy doll who was in the war, the Sanguine's Fairy rebellion to try and essentially take over humans. And she was highly damaged, and Fetusa, who was actually the system artificial intelligence for this facility that we're in right now, what's left of it anyway, use her drones to repair her and actually place herself in Sweeper's neural body, at which point she discovered Sweeper's neural cloud was still there. So they discussed the situation and came to an agreement on sharing the body and resources around them and everything. So she's kind of a split personality. Dushevnya here was actually an instrumental part, well, one of the soldiers the commander used to fight the Sanguis Ferry rebellion. But she took some significant damage and lost a lot of her memories, but she's doing better now than she was. Anyway, so just that little background here. We are tactical dolls. We are warriors. The commander who defeated Sanguis Ferry doesn't need farmers, but perfect soldiers. Okay, I already read that. Dushevnya, this is the first time someone's ever called me smart. There's a reason for that. You've got great judgment, War Master. It's Sweeper. The air inside the tiny security kiosk heats up as the discussion grows more intense. It's as though a little sun were rising indoors. Unfortunately, we're the only people here with the wherewithal to do anything about it. Ulred understands nothing. At this rate, the commander might just dispose of her as scrap. I think Ulred's a kind leader, and the commander won't abandon us, but I'm sure you know way more about warfare. That's why 'tis we who are destined to save the doll community, War Master. You mean we should do something that's actually meaningful, just the two of us? That's a little too few for that, though. But are we not a party of three? There is a brief pause before another voice hesitantly speaks up. I apologize in case I've misunderstood, but are you counting me in as well? Indeed. Well, it's not like you can get out of this, unless you're going to hand this body completely over to me. Well, I think we should discuss this with Ulred first. At the very least, I know what's been stressing her out so much recently. A lack of WMDs. No, look, I'm going to explain myself, so please hear me out, okay? Will do, Madam Strategist. Wait, I'm a strategist now? Supreme Leader, we've come to bargain. Weeper, why are you even calling her Supreme Leader at a time like this? Oi, Ulred, listen up! The two of them storm into Ulred's room, all fired up and ready for a fight. Unfortunately, they've missed her. The office is empty and there's a distinct lack of Ulred's presence. What's with that woman? Is she avoiding me or something? Nixie, to deem oneself so highly is a sin, you know. It's not like this is the first time she's done it either. She's a real cunning one. She knows just how to wear my spirits down. Sweeper paces back and forth. Her rapid fire of footsteps are but a means of unloading her heightening frustration. Oh, forget it. I just knew it would be a waste of time. Come on, let's go. We'll just do what we gotta do. There's no point asking for her permission. Sweeper turns to the door and marches straight toward it. Her plan is to leave with a grand slam to vent her wrath. However, she freezes when Dushevnya calls out to her. A moment, please, War Master. Our time was not wasted after all. Here, gaze upon this great discovery with thine eyes. Dushevnya's eyes light up as she holds up a huge paper sack that was lying on the desk. It bulges to the brim with collapsed pieces. That's money in the collapse zones. And premium currency. Well, not premium currency, but full currency. Finally, I can take a break. Ellen, yes, finishing up all of your outstanding work always feels good. No, the work never ends, although the community's situation has improved rapidly thanks to everyone's help. Our recent trade deal with Malkosh has doubled our workload. Also, there are girls who want to get tactical modules installed so they can help the commander out. We need to at least come up with a training plan for them. Ulrid and Helen walk down the corridor side by side. They're doing their best to slow their pace down to prolong this rare bit of free time they've been allotted. After all, the dolls have now experienced what Mei Ling refers to as being so busy you forget to breathe. What are you going to do afterwards? I'm returning to the office so I can properly sort out a supply procurement situation. I wish I could go back to my room and blow off some steam. Ulrid will never ever tell anyone that she ordered a highly realistic commander doll from Lewis. Oh my goodness! Specifically the Tomato Ember of Malkosh limited edition. Oh my goodness. She bought herself a sex doll. She's probably just cuddling with it, but oh my goodness. My, is that severe? Yeah, normally I'd ask Perry to help me handle this, but she's been up to her ears in work recently. Plus, I need to actually do some work from time to time. Haggling with merchants is a tremendous pain, even when they're friendly to us. Well, that's their job. They'll drag you into their game with all its complex rules to squeeze what you've got out. Opportunities for profit are often found in unfamiliar territory, and we dolls have a harder time working in said territory than humans do. You're right, that's exactly how it feels to me. Still, we've decided not to hide away from the world, but to move forward along with the commander. That means we can't just avoid human society anymore. We need to adapt to it and then work together with others for mutual benefit. Also, you should be aware that this is a community of dolls who have either been abandoned by their masters, thrown in the trash and repaired, or gained their own independence in some way. And yeah, they haven't really been working with humans for a few years, most of the dolls here, except the ones that came with the commander on the Elmo. That said, Malkosh should have sent over a lot of supplies recently. Bleh. Don't you have all the basic parts you need now? Might there be anything else? Spare frames. That's what we need most urgently right now. At the moment, most of our colleagues' frames are only able to perform basic day-to-day tasks. They can't be outfitted with weapons and all, so they'd be fodder in combat. Also, frames that are compatible with weaponry are currently only available from Green Zone suppliers. However, I heard there's an upcoming auction on the border of the Green and Yellow Zone. Supposedly there'll be a large quantities of doll frames on offer there. I was wondering if I should head over there and try my luck. Oh, also, I want to say this is like 2177, and this is a post-apocalyptic environment. Upon those words, Ulrid gingerly massages her temples as if an integer overflow was about to arise in her level 2. Truth is, I don't like auctions. The merchant's vanity, their deceit, and the games they play are all very frustrating. The commander and everyone in the doll community all worked hard to scrape together the funds for our budget. Oh my god, that's the entire budget that Sweeper and Dushevnia just made off with. But figuring out how to spend it is making my core combust. Don't worry, Sweeper has some ideas for you. Well, I believe you should consider that decision carefully, Miss Ulrid. You probably won't receive fair treatment if you take part in an auction while openly declaring your identity as a doll. Wouldn't it be better to get an underground broker to act as your agent if you decided to participate? But the auction's going to take place very soon. Can we find someone suitable for the job given the circumstances? All I know about the auction is that the organizer is a wealthy woman who's renowned for a tremendous business acumen and equally famous for being meticulous to a fault in every transaction. They finally arrive at the door to Ulrid's office as they talk. Sweeps the door open as if sweeping her depression out with it. Well, in any case, between the proceeds from the sales of our produce to Makash, the support from Miss Lorelei, and the payment from Vasily, we can actually afford to be picky about what we're buying. I want our stock of frames to be able to hold out through several high-intensity battles, even if it means having to cut back on other expenses. Currently, the amount we have to spend on frames is roughly, Ulred's words to trail off. Before her very eyes lies a shocking absence. The place on the desk where the funds should be is completely empty. What's wrong? No, it's not completely empty. There's a note where they used to be. Ulred picks it up and studies it together with Helen. Leave the doll community's salvation to us. We'll bring lots of frames back with thy currency. Hero, War Master, and Strategist. And they're gonna know because of thy and the rest of it. That was Dushevnya. They're gonna know. Salvation. But everyone's money. Huh? Dushevnya, but why? Dushevnya shut down our communications link. I have no idea where she's gone now. But she's a good girl and she'd never do something like this. Someone must have led her astray. No, I can't believe I lost the money that everyone worked so hard to raise. The others to find out they'll surely be disappointed in a leader like me. And the commander would be disappointed too. She won't ask me to be her companion anymore. No, it's not my fault. Hang in there. Be strong. Also, who are these War Master and Strategist people anyway? Do we have anyone like that in the community? Or did they pop out of the power plant like Fetusa? Supposed to be a leader, but I'm completely useless as one. Helen, just upon closer inspection, I noticed that War Master and Strategist have been written in a similar manner. You mean it's something like two personalities in one frame? Ulred. That Fetusa? No, it's gotta be Sweeper's doing. Damn it. I'm going to drag them all back here. If Fetusa's mixed up in all this, then at the very least she understands urgency and priorities, right? Plus, she's not much worse than us when it comes to dealing with humans. Helen, well, I'm very annoyed that Fetusa and Sweeper seem to have led Dushevnya astray. I'm sure that they won't do anything that would be bad for the commander or the doll community. But, the auction, how will we take part with no money? Ulred has managed to recover from her near breakdown by sheer force of will. That said, the pressure she's been under means she's been freaking out like this quite often recently. Helen has already become used to it by now. But you hate auctions, don't you? So we'll think of another solution. Well, I'm not happy about this. It's the only thing that helps me maintain a positive mindset. But if they end up losing the money, I won't let them off the hook that easily. Got it. I'll ask Monsoon Squadron 404 to keep an eye out for Dushevnya and the others while they're in the field. Guess that's all we can do. Still, what would Dushevnya need all that money for? Well, this is quite reckless. She's always cared about the community. Could it be that she or Fetusa really do have a plan? Helen, let's think positive and assume that that's what they have in mind. In any case, I doubt she'd go to an auction, right? Of course not. Why would they be interested in horrible places like that? I guess they've gone to look for an underground broker. That does seem to be the case. And besides, they wouldn't know anything about the auction. I'll inform the brokers I know. After a brief silence, the tension in the room finally eases up. A cool breeze wafts in through the window. Had that tempest of frustration been nothing more than a passing mirage? So, do you have any other solutions for the frame problem? Ever since the commander became a fugitive, more and more ex-Griffin dolls have come to realize that she needs their aid. A lot of them are quite influential in the yellow and even the green zones. I was planning to employ their assistance in coming up with a solution. As dolls, it's only natural that we'd want spare frames for ourselves. If we don't go overboard with purchasing, it won't arouse suspicion. Are they all going to help the commander? We've all been preparing ourselves to be useful to her since that day 10 years ago. The feelings engraved in our neural clouds will never fade. By the way, 10 years ago was they thought the end of another conflict that really didn't end. It was in the city of Frankfurt, and it was a mass casualty event. I can say that. And it's all because the commander gave her dolls the right to decide their destinies. How wonderful. Had I encountered the commander earlier, perhaps even I could have been a better version of myself.
I got a kitty cat. Yes, he is my cat too now.
Wait a minute, I just realized something. I haven't received any notice of our vehicles being requisitioned or stolen. So how did they even leave? Okay. That makes sense now why they're flagging down Sakura. Okay, we had some combat in this one. Let's go get him. All aboard, onwards to Rookie Village. Got it, Miss Dushevnia. I didn't expect you to turn out to be KSVK. After all, your body's completely different, so I couldn't tell. Looks like someone's had it worse than me over the past few years. Still, do you really not remember our time together in Griffin? Well, I guess I was but a mere fly on the wall to you. Fret not, O comrade from a bygone life. Soon the tales written of you will return to my mind, and the beautiful memories of this shared sojourn shall join. So, where are you guys headed? Strategist says that the Supreme Leader's been quite vexed about a lack of spare frames lately. Thus, she proposed that we help ease her worries. This battle, this adversary, stands in the way of our survival. I just said that issue was giving her headaches. I certainly didn't propose anything, so don't go pinning this all on me, okay? Sakura, spare frames? Yeah, those are pretty rare in the yellow zone. But I think I remembered something. Anyway, you're heading to Port Mika? We'll be making deliveries there for a week, so we can drop you off there. As for auctions, though, don't know much about them. Hi, Julian. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Did the commander send you on a mission? That's amazing. I wish the commander would send me on a mission, too. I think my database had some information on auctions. Apparently, there are places where you can buy things as long as you can pay. However, you need to have very high social standing and whatnot to take part, and then you have to put down a deposit too. Are we really going to participate? Sweeper. The cost doesn't matter. I won't let anyone keep me from getting what I want. Surely the Supreme Leader must have planned to enter this auction. Why else would she have all that money ready? Wowee, she had that much money saved up? Looks like you won't have to worry about the cost, yeah. Yep, no worries here. Thank you for giving us a ride, oh Ninja Master. It's Sakura. In any case, helping the community means helping the commander, and this one is always glad to be of service, Nin. So this means I'm actually helping the commander out, right? Hee. Yep, an important operation like this concerns the future of the doll community, so I'm sure the commander would support it. He'll definitely praise you when the time comes, Sakura. Really? So the commander will pat my head again as a reward? Fair enough, Julian. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up on my Girls Frontline 2, and they just released a new one today, so I was like, alright, I'm going in, you know. And people seem to enjoy my narration, so But I only narrate parts that are not voiced. But this whole dang thing is not voiced this time. So they're really, I think Micah is really trying to kill me this time. Hehehe. Sakura, keep an eye on your deadlines. These two, no, these three seem even less trustworthy than Sakura. Why would the great commander send them to carry out a mission like this? Or did they just head out on their own? Yeah, the truck has an AI in it, and the truck is very single-minded about making its deliveries on time, but is actually pretty smart. I think it has a pretty beefy core in it, you know. Forget it. If they mess up and get fired, Sakura's position in the pecking order will go up too. The Elmo's just another workplace, so I'll disregard it for the sake of Sakura's future. That's fair. Yeah, I've dropped NTE. I couldn't enjoy the story. This one sometimes goes goofy on the story, but I always enjoy it. The other times this one has incredibly intense Wuthering Waves level of story with that kind of emotional damage as well. So yeah, highly recommend Girls Frontline to Exilium just for that. I need to make some other deliveries, so I'll be heading off now. I'll be heading by here again before I head back to the Elmo, though. I'll pick you up then. Oops. Huzzah! Bye-bye, little ninja girl. Destiny will lead us to another encounter. It's Sakura! Yushevnia and Feitusa dismount from Sakura's truck and walk from the beach to a cobblestone path. A town stands before them. Its name is Port Micah, a small, hard-to-find footnote on the map, yet it now stands before them. For Dushevnia and her friends, the air here is exceptionally fresh compared to the Yellow Zone. The colorful plazas and well-preserved buildings paint a portrait of advancing civilization. Oh shoot, I forgot the last line. This place is so pretty. It's even more moving when you think about how this place is technically still in the Yellow Zone. It seems that as long as you have ample income and manage your finances well, you can live a decent life even if you're in the Yellow Zone. Yeah, no, the driving in the game is excellent. The town in the game was very well made. The game mechanics as far as how the combat goes is also well made. It's unfortunate about the story because it could have been so good, you know? It's a mess, that's what it is. They sacrifice efficiency for this so-called progress, and there's pollution everywhere. Yeah. The one in Hollow is just essentially the one that is not currently driving the body. So Sweeper is currently driving the body. Nixie, this isn't pollution, it's called graffiti, a form of street art. That's cool, yeah. No, the kind of the intro made it feel like you were going to some sort of official agency, and then it ended up being this hole in the wall spot, you know, with all its stuff and story. And that had its charm at first. And then Tagato just murdered it for me. All this art, it's just lame. Plus, it's not like they have infinite resources either. The humans are so troublesome that they've infected the dolls in the community with their inefficiencies too. Dushevnia, have you found the location of this auction yet? Don't rush me, I'm consulting the terrain scroll. Let's see, Rookie Village Adventurers Guild. Got it. Prithee, War Master, bestow upon me knowledge of where Port Micah's Special District number 3 is. How should I know? I hope you have fun too, Julian. You have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you soon. Question mark. I know where that is. I know where it is. A girl's voice suddenly chimes in from beside them. Big sis, are you all from the outside? Yes, we are, Miss NPC. We're heroes and have come to the Rookie Village on a quest to save the world from impending doom. How can you even say all that nonsense with a straight face? Just what did the humans do to you? Yes? Haha, that's so funny, big sis. Want me to lead the way for you? So what's up, Julian? Yeah, this totally isn't suspicious at all. Maybe a round of enhanced interrogation will. Suddenly, a mighty force seizes control of Sweeper's frame. Before Sweeper can raise her hand, Fetusa smiles at the girl. Oh, that would be most lovely. Big Sis will be counting on you, little girl. Oh, wow. Star Savior, I don't think I haven't played that one at all. I don't think I've even heard of it actually until now. I'll have to check that out. Because now I'm curious. Yeah, so Fetusa took control of the frame there and was like, no, Sweeper, you're not doing this. Fetusa's entire demeanor has changed. She approaches with an excited look on her face, her hands flailing restlessly. These vibrant, cute little human pups, kids in other words, can't be compared to the commander, of course. However, Fetusa's base layer logic is filled with instructions about cherishing and protecting humans of their age group. Come with me, Special District number 3 isn't far off. The group follows the girl into the town's alleys. Yeah, whereas Sweeper, on the other hand, has absolutely no such issues about literally harming a child to get what she wants. The Sangvis fairy dolls had no such restraints. After passing through a series of narrow, twisting paths, they arrive at a quiet, deserted street. Here it is, Special District number 3. Why, thank you. You're most kind. What's your name, little girl? I'm Zoe. Hey, that's such a cute name. I don't know how to convey my gratitude, so may I touch you? As she looks at Fetusa's half-poised hand, Zoe beams with a sunny smile. Make sure you remember me, okay? With those words, Zoe pulls on Fetusa's hand and stands on her tiptoes before giving her a kiss on the cheek. Have fun, I'll be off now. All Dushevnia sees now is Fetusa, frozen in place. He doesn't see the raging storm inside her neural cloud. What was that, a kiss? Weaver, seems like it. More importantly, did you feel that? Her lips were so soft. Softer than a kitty or a puppy. There's a delicate feature. That was a delicate feature, texture only humans possess. Woman, calm down. Calm down? Calm down? A human pup just kissed my cheek. What could possibly be better than that? Unless, of course, it was the commander doing it instead. Oh, that sucks. I had no crashing trouble with Mongol Stardive. It just seemed like it wanted a whole lot more grind than I was willing to give it, you know? But it was a good game, and I liked the story. And I like the characters and I like the gameplay, but there was nothing that pushed it over the top to make it a keeper. You know what I mean? But it's good. I can recommend it to people. I can say, this is a good game. Everything about it is solid. You know? I mean, I can recommend people try it anyway. You know? Like, I would recommend Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star Rail before that, obviously, but... So... Anyway, let's let Fetusa freak out and have her internal monologue here. Bye-bye. See you later, Julian. Don't know, don't care. Also, have you forgotten that this is my frame too? But, I just learned how to properly kiss someone. When I go back to the community, I'll be able to kiss the commander too. What? How dare you? No, absolutely not. If you had even a tenth of the IQ points I do, you'd have realized that girl was actually pretty uncute. In what way was she not cute? Because she stole your wallet, you blithering idiot. She did it during the 0.56 seconds you spent blue screening from a fleeting whisper of her lips. I'll take care of it, assuming direct control. Hello, War Master, Strategist. Dushevnia waves her hand in front of Fetusa's face, trying to awaken her insensate companions from their slumber. Suddenly, Fetusa bursts forth like an artillery shell, startling Dushevnia so badly that she stumbles back. After her! We need to get that Zoe girl! Miss NPC? But she fulfilled her role, didn't she? Do we need to keep bothering her? She stole our stuff! Also, I'm pretty sure this isn't Special District number 3. Okay, just as she says that, the whistling of projectiles surging through the air comes from all around them. The two dolls dodge what turn out to be pebbles fired from slingshots. It's not working, big sis. That's because they're not humans, they're dolls. Fall back and let the auto thug slow them down. A chorus of creaks fills the air as a group of probably some old droids they MoPro 1.5 sanitizer model. Mechanician 1. Yeah, so they took some old sanitizer droids and some repair droids and repaired them up to turn them into their little army here. Alright. I have Fetusa in the squad here. So, real question is though, these guys are only level 15. I think I'm going to take the other dolls out. And since Fetusa is the only one in the story here that I actually have, because I don't have Dushevnia, just let her take care of these guys. If I fail and die, I'll try again. I don't think I will though. I have her weapon now. Turn on autopilot. Sick 'em, girl. One down. They're putting reactive repairs on each other. Might not work out as well as I was hoping. Two more down. Okay. Just hosing her down. It would have been over first turn if I left my squad the way it was. Buff, buff. Oh, she has a self-heal. I did not know that. Not big, but it's there. I need to sit down and read her whole kit one of these days. Oh, gotta do it within 5 turns. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just restart this. Let's go ahead and first turn this. She was totally capable of killing them all, but not within 5 turns. Right. Oh. Damn. Okay. Let's... Alright. Alright guys, return them for me. Hit. Uh-huh. Alright, there you go. Oh no, the auto thugs are totally useless. Run away, head for the secret tunnel. Are they all human pups? Let's grab one for starters. Sweeper and Dushevnia react immediately, crossing the entire street in one movement. Just as they're about to grab those kids, a figure suddenly cuts in from the side. Eh? Sweeper slams on the brakes. It's not because she fears the weapon flashing out at close range. It's because she's afraid that hitting the slim figure before her with her enormous momentum will send them flying away. Standing before her is Zoe, holding a taser that emits an actinic blue arc of electrical current. There's a ruthlessness in her face well beyond her tender years. Clearly not afraid of hurting others or getting hurt herself. This attitude of hers has earned her some respect from Sweeper. However, she's a girl who's barely in her teens. Against a tactical doll, anything she does is nothing more than ineffectual flailing. That's enough. Now, what? The person who was just in front of her has suddenly vanished without a trace. In the next moment, Zoe's weapon hand is firmly in the grip of a doll's soft fingers. Done messing around? Sweeper grabs Zoe by the scruff of her neck and lifts her up like a kitten. Let go of me! Let go! Why did you steal our stuff? Because it was there. Yeah, it makes sense. It's all because Fetusa was a dork anyway. Still, stealing is a hostile action. Now have at you. Ow! Sweeper flicks Zoe's forehead. The girl squeals as she squeezes her eyes shut. She probably flicked her pretty hard, being a literal killer combat android. Nixie, you don't have to be so rough with her. It's not like I was carrying that much money with me anyway. We could have just let her take it. Have you forgotten that it's the community's money too? We all need it. I thought she was a kind NPC, but lo and behold, she was a thief. It was truly a shame, but good has finally triumphed over evil. Now then, shall we turn you in to the Knightly Order? There's no such place. You dork, that's called the local police station. There isn't one. Maybe the Adventurers Guild? It doesn't exist. She's not lying about that part. It's a stranger here. Oh yes, Port Micah doesn't have a Department of Public Security, hee hee. And most certainly no guilds or whatnot. A large group of people approach them from around a nearby street corner. They're surrounding a well-dressed woman who is the person who had addressed them so suddenly. Just hand her over to me. My name is Lydia. president of the Connection Corporation's operations in the Yellow Zone. I'm in charge of public order in this town. You're in charge? Since there's no police department in this place, what can you even do about this? Our security department handles public security for this town. They've historically done pretty well at that job. As you can see, they're standing by my side right now. So you brought out the cops? Lydia laughs heartily. She doesn't seem to take offense at that remark. I didn't buy them out. Rather, Port Mica itself was built around Connection's operations. From its layout to its roads to its laws, everything here is designed to satisfy Connection's production need. As for me, I hate inefficiency in production and places which breed corruption. I see, Liege Lady, you must be an ally of justice who helps the people. Oh please, I'm just a businesswoman. You don't have to describe me in such flowery terms. It's simply because a stable market is a stable business. No businesswoman would want to set up shop in a den of crime. Damn it, let me go! Sweeper notices that Zoe has started thrashing wildly since Lydia showed up. Indeed, it was a classic case of a getaway attempt. By the looks of things, turning her over to Lydia would be more amusing. Make sure she learns her lesson, okay? I will. Sweeper takes back the purse that Zoe swiped from her and then hands the girl to Lydia. With this little sideshow over, Sweeper feels like her disdain for humanity has grown even more. Oh yes, we're looking for Special District Number 3. Could you guide us in the right direction? Oh, so you're here for the auction then? Wow, you saw through my identity as the hero right away. This must be Destiny's guiding hand. You don't need to keep looking for Special District Number 3. Just follow me. What? You're in charge of the auctions too? Let me put it this way. I'm in charge of everything in Port Mica. Arrange a good room for our 2 guests and send some refreshments over, though I'm not sure if they can enjoy them. Consider it an apology on behalf of Port Mica for a rather unpleasant first impression. After giving her orders, the only people left in the room are Lydia and Zoe. The girl is securely tied to a walnut wood recliner, her eyes wide and bloodshot. I get the feeling Lydia is not really a good person here. Yeah, you really do think you're a good person, don't you? Compared to a thieving little kid, the lady who makes sure everyone is housed and fed comes off as a good person, no? You're just sucking up to your customers with your dirty money. The cable man Bill's capsule house collapsed, and a family at the scrapyard came down with severe radiation sickness. Where were you when those people were curled up crying by themselves in the old city bunkers? Where was their food and lodging? I'm a businesswoman, not a philanthropist. If they come to me looking for work, I'd have HR arrange easier work for them. If they can't even manage that much, then there's nothing I can do. But you're rich. Yeah, that's not how society works, Zoe. All I can provide is jobs and compensation equivalent to the value of their labor. If we let little scamps like you run rampant with wild fantasies about robbing the rich and giving to the poor, Port Mica would be in chaos. Anyone can claim they don't have enough money. Even this world hasn't suffered. So in the end, you're just a miser. If Della were here, she'd definitely help them. Then why isn't she here? Because she's dead. Fools get punished. There are rules of the game. Don't you dare talk about Mama like that. Oh my. Okay. So Zoe really has some real skin in this game in this town. Zoe yells at the top of her youthless voice and struggles furiously, but she is nothing more than an irate hamster to the gaze that bear gazes that bear upon her. Okay. Sorry, that was just an oddly written phrase. The corners of Lydia's mouth turn up, but a smile does not make itself known. She walks up to Zoe and looks down on her. She was your mother, and she was also my sister. I'll say whatever I want about her. She brings her face closer to Zoe's, her gaze piercing right through to beyond. What you loved was her kindness, her selflessness, how she was like an angel to everyone. And that's the laughable thing, you silly little girl. It was those things that killed Della. Tui, it was bad people that killed Della, bad people like you. Lydia smiles and reverts to her previous demeanor, elegant, rational, her voice edged with a hint of cutting wit, a socialite through and through. You're still too young and you know nothing. That's how people are. When they're young, they do what they want. When they're older, they do what they can. Once you've accumulated a few scars, gone a few days without food, and seen just what life can do to you, you will come back to this room like a good little girl, and you'll have a cute little smile on your face and a cute little gift in hand, and you'll say, "Dear Auntie, please give me a job." Wow. That's a hell of a family dynamic. You want me to work in a darkened sweatshop for 12 hours a day? I don't want anything from you, and I'll never call you by that disgusting name. I just want to get as far away from you as I can. Really? But I think you're pretty good at leveraging your connection with me. After all, the reason why you can do all your wicked little deeds with impunity is entirely because of your relationship with me, is it not? Yes, my friends are way more reliable than you. Suddenly, Lydia hears an unusual sound, that of metal hitting metal. It's like a musical scale. After the first note emerges, the others come in succession, filling the entire mansion. Coming from the pipes, the walls, the furniture, bones of the building itself that are rattled. It is as though it shivers in fear of something. Food alert, something's gotten in. Oh, someone's gotten in. Okay. Where? In the front yard. Someone took down the guard there. Get up to the second floor. There's graffiti at the top of the stairs. Wait a minute, there's graffiti on the reception room windows too. They probably got in through there. The graffiti's a nice distraction tactic. As chaos fills the air, a servant opens the door to Lydia's room. Ma'am, there's an intruder in the house. I came to check that you were safe. Right, thanks for your concern. Because I definitely feel unsafe right now. Thanks for leading the way. A handgun muzzle presses against the back of the servant's head. Someone steps out from behind him with light and quick footwork like a cat hopping out from around a corner. Aha! Zoe, have you finished that family meeting with your mean old aunt? Zoe has a tactical doll on her side. Oh my. Because I'm here to bring you home. Lydia's gaze grows cold. She had declared herself to be in charge of Port Micah just a while ago. However, right now in her own home, she can't maintain her calm. Her gaze is serious, cautious, and completely focused. She studies the tactical doll before her like she's deciding which wire to cut on a ticking time bomb. Despite her cute appearance, Lydia knows that this doll is more dangerous than any bomb. Basti, I trust you know that what trespassing on my private residence implies. Lighten up. I remember you said something about how you'd welcome anyone who came to deliver money to you. Basti slides a bag across the ground like a bowling ball. Is this enough to post her bail? That should be enough, right? If not, I can make up the difference with a few bullets. Lydia doesn't respond. Instead, she turns to Zoe beside her. You shouldn't be running with these ownerless dolls. You're just going to hurt yourself. At least these dolls don't tie me up. Also, Basti holds her own permissions. She's her own master. Della always hung around dolls before she died. It's not a good sign. That's because she craved adventure. She did things you couldn't even begin to imagine. She also suffered in ways I couldn't imagine. Took my eyes off her for a moment. She just went and died like that. By this point, the mansion's entire staff has surrounded Bassie. Dozens of guns are trained on her. Yeah. Bassie, on the other hand, merely rubs her fingernails together and seems entirely oblivious to the danger around her. That's because she knows she can move faster than any of the fucking humans around her. Lydia frowns, clearly unhappy that her carefully constructed appearance of legitimacy is being challenged. Thanks to the doll before her, her authority is no longer as certain as before. However, her niece clearly does not share her views. Zoe seems to admire Bassie's composure very much. Alright, we have a deal. You may go today. However, Zoe will need to apologize for what she's done. At Lydia's gesture, one of her servants produces a miniature audio recorder, which he turns on and points at Zoe. Voice Prince, you do love these old-fashioned gadgets, don't you? Faking them is a piece of cake, you know. The Sable family founded the family business of connection through answering machines and pagers. This is merely carrying on a tradition. Moreover, to date, the precision of our family's voice print systems have never let us down. How about this, Miss Zoe? If you're willing to recite the Sable family rules with me and admit your mistakes, I'll let you go. Otherwise, the stray cat over there will have to beat all my men in a quick draw contest. Haha. And whoever wins, you'll still be down here with one more family member. Yeah. So, do you agree to these terms? I agree. Kinda grudgingly, but yeah. After leaving Lydia's estate, Zoe walks down the road beside Basti. What should you be saying now? I'm sorry. I was wrong. What have we learned? I shouldn't have gone up against them. I caused you a lot of trouble and made you waste all that money. No, you got it all wrong. Huh? In this world, nothing you do to get what you want is wrong, unless you get caught doing it. Remember what I told you? Running away is always your best option. But I couldn't break free. Then put on a show, fake being sick, pretend to be weak or something. Once the other side lowers their guard, you'll have a chance to flee. Oh, so you can do that too. Well, now you know. Be smarter next time. Got it. You know what we're going to do next is very important, right? I know. I'll do my best to be useful to that great hero. Okay, guys. I am going to take... Oh, no, I did not want to continue. Oh, damn it. Yes. Let's start that one over again here in a second. Okay. Done 2. Okay. Ooh. I got goodies. Alright. So, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, take a little break here. Well, one of my viewers here, did tell me that they thought, Linda was super cute last time, so I'll go ahead and, leave her up here. See if I can... Okay. All right, Joy. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Okay, guys. I will be back in 10 minutes or less. See you soon. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about the time it took there. I was just gonna... had to take a minute and really revive myself there. So let's get back to this. The next day at Port Micah's Special District Number 3, located here in the HQ building for Connection Corporation, the city's most glamorous business venue. It is currently full of people. Hello, you've got a delivery. Package for Mr. Carl? Is Mr. Carl in? Why are you shouting so loudly? Don't you know how to protect customer privacy? Whatever, give me that. What a wanker. Yeah, he's so scary. Not fuck with this delivery girl. She could kill the fuck out of you, bro. Pardon me, please sign here. Are Dushevnia and Fetusa here too? I hope things are going well for them. Unfortunately, I have other items to deliver, so I can't stick around. The air here feels exceptionally sticky. Nicotine, alcohol, caffeine, and perfumes. Dozens of different scents mingle and blend into an olfactory cacophony. For anyone who hasn't been here before, this is probably what money smells like. Wow. Dushevnia, don't space out at the doorway. Let's go inside. Oh, okay. Greetings, esteemed guests. Please leave your weapons here. I will guide you to your seats afterwards. Dushevnia and Fetusa do as they're told and follow the servant into the venue. Both of them are a little uneasy about their surroundings. This world of velvet and orchestras is completely unfamiliar to them. Fetusa, you know how auctions work, right? What should we do next? Actually, I've only read about them in data archives. I know the rules for how auctions work, but absolutely nothing else beyond those. We sit down and then we wait. I guess that's it. We've already paid the deposit after all. I'd be too ashamed to return to the community without achieving something. Dushevnia looks at the two drinks that have been set on the table before them. He picks one up and downs it. Ah, it's bitter. Blasted be, this beverage has been envenomed. Is this supposed to be coffee? Eh? Since when did coffee taste this bad? Springfield and Helen make yummy coffee. Fetusa takes a sip of it as well, then sticks her tongue out in disgust. Yeah, it's really bitter. Humans do have varied taste. I think I prefer what the commander likes. The coffee here is an espresso without any extra ingredients, so it's bound to be very bitter. It's mainly there to keep participants as alert as possible. There are sugar cubes in this tin. Add as much as you like. The girl who is passing by provides them with much needed clarification. Dushevnia studies her animal ears for a long time and finally concludes that they aren't simple fashion accessories. Are you a doll? Yep. Was it that obvious? Yeah, the ears are attached, that's why. Sure it was. Your ears look so cool. Hehe. My name is Phelan. My table's next to yours. Want a few sugars? It'll help improve the taste of your coffee. Oh, ye sweet, bearing savior, my finest thanks. Just as she reaches out for the tin, another hand suddenly appears and snatches all the sugar cubes away. She turns to glance at Dushevnia, who proceeds to toss them all into her mouth, noisily crunching them all to bits. Ah, hey, you sugar thief! You, what are you doing? Don't you know I like sugar? Quit lollygagging and take your seat. Thus, this brief interaction comes to an abrupt end. The four dolls sit at two separate tables, glancing at each other and exchanging whispers. Fetusa, don't those two dolls over there look kind of familiar? Yeah, Dushevnia has a new frame, so they wouldn't recognize her. And Fetusa, was not with them. I mean, hell, they would recognize her frame as a Sangvis Fairy frame, though. No, I don't recognize any doll with the animal ears. I think I've seen a sugar-eating one before, but she doesn't look like that. Lind. Meanwhile, at the other table, Asti, is it me, or do those two dolls over there look kind of familiar? Don't worry about it. It's perfectly normal for patchwork frames like theirs to have accessories you've seen some elsewhere, right? Are they from the conglomerate? They work for underground brokers? Whatever, not like it matters. Oh yeah, what was with that little stunt just now? Did your gustatory module break or something? Ah, such woe to have a partner blighted with such naivety. Can't you tell? I was giving them a hard time. But why? Zoe told me that those two were the ones who caught her yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a toast to Port Micah. This douchebag, I remember you. I remember you. This place has yielded such tremendous wealth and opportunities for the URNC. It would be a pleasure to employ the power of Port Micah to hone my elite team from the Orlog conglomerate. Is that where you're at? Okay. It's like, bro, didn't you have a huge disaster and lose your daddy's fucking ship and manufacturing facility? I think you did. Come, feast your eyes on our teams of professionals. They spent the past 8 months undergoing grueling training at the conglomerate. Each of them has passed numerous tests, and they're capable of handling any kind of work. We're young, yet talented and capable. We're hungry and full of drive, and we're here to make a name for ourselves. But as you know, hard work tends to be overdone, and that eventually ends up harming the interests of others. Incidents like these are often unearthed by people with ulterior motives and then transformed into malicious rumors. I'm at a loss for how to deal with such slander. It truly breaks my heart. All I know is that I must seek the aid of Lady Lydia. Only an exceptional individual like herself can understand the frustrations one encounters on the path to success. Bro, you were involved in some Yeah, he was involved in a doll fighting arena, if I recall correctly. That was some really ugly shit. I guess I've heard much about this young man called Carl. The media loves to describe him as the entrepreneur who clawed his way out of hell. Despite the hyperbolic language used, it's actually quite a fitting title. Yep. Not long ago, this wealthy young man was written off as a sacrifice along with the scandal-ridden Gerard Group, sinking into the ocean along with his cruise liner. But recently, this man who is supposed to be dead has returned to the public eye, now with a completely new identity, a business manager of Czech Faben. And now he stands in the limelight, handling dirty and tedious work like a faithful mutt, leashed by the Orlog conglomerate. Many businessmen have chosen to keep him at arm's length. However, the master of Port Micah... Shit, I accidentally hit the button. Master of Port Micah does not share their opinion. Lydia slowly rises to her feet from among a group of upper-crust audience members. Carl, you've definitely made the right decision. Everyone knows that the company founded by my father, Connection, has become the premier telecommunications service provider for the URNC. Our market share has been the envy of many of our competitors for several years now. All this stems from a simple wish. Desire to provide convenient comms to our clients, and convenience, well, is quite possibly the most expensive thing these days. We have invested manpower and resources to install Connection signal equipment into every signal beacon across the URNC. These efforts have yielded results, and now over 70% of the Yellow Zone's communications users have chosen Connection as their provider. Our clients have given us the strength to move forward to achieve a great labor beyond our wildest imagination. However, it is still not enough. For a long time, wide area communications have relied on URNC's framework and on the signal beacon network they built. However, things are different now. We have a game changer, something URNC does not possess. Tomorrow, the connection will launch its very first airborne signal beacons. The audience oohs and ahs in wonder. Rumors have been circulating that Connection is working on a revolutionary piece of tech, using arrays of aerial drones to serve as flying beacons. To date, the Yellow Zone signal base stations have all been built along the URNC's transport network, using their sturdy construction to withstand ELIT attacks in extreme weather. However, these base stations have their disadvantages, such as being able to cover most areas and an extremely high attrition rate. However, the use of collapsed particle-powered drones, which are capable of extended flight times, will allow them to break free of the shackles of terrain and radiation. They'll also be able to move to avoid collapse storms and other spontaneously arising hazards. The concept itself isn't unique, but only Connection can actually make it a reality. Part of it is due to their long years of experience with the Yellow Zone. Another factor is their connections, much like their namesake, which have convinced the military to grant them access to mil-spec technology. From now on, these drones will provide precious signal access to many Yellow Zoners who have lost contact to the outside world. Of course, it won't be free, but it'll be worth it. This doesn't just imply better communications coverage and quality of life for an average person. It means that the concept of signal beacons will no longer be bound to land-based structures or subject to the URNC's control. One can only imagine how these airborne beacons will usher in a brand new digital world without any oversight once they come online. Meanwhile, every businessman present dreams of being a Columbus of this new age. Lydia smiles and declares the auction open before exiting the stage. Carl steps forward to meet her, flashing a smile that only a wealthy young master would possess. Beautifully spoken. Connection has been growing every day since we met. Our founding principles remain the same. We provide sharing for the public and privacy to our friends. Oh, what game are you gonna play, Julian? Thanks for stopping back. And we are friends, are we not? Sometimes I know what you need better than you do. After the first round of auction items is sold off, the big LCD display shows the latest lot, a batch of doll frames. Many voices begin making bids, and the host scrambles to record them all. I'll raise by 100. Clamor erupts in the audience. After all, Carl's first move was to double the starting bid price. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, if you're into Pokemon, run it. You know, I've never really been into Pokemon. I'm more of a Digimon guy. Lydia watches with mild interest. She knows this young man from Orleg is just showing off, but she sees no reason to object to it. After all, this vulgar display of wealth is dedicated to her. I hear people say that you don't like dolls. That is correct, but this is for you, my dear Lady Lydia. Heard that some people in the city have set themselves against you. Gave these frames suitable weapons, you could have an army at your disposal. That's cool. And even if you don't need an army, dolls can be excellent workers too. You're always in need of manpower, aren't you? Are there any more bids? Yes, there are. Number 36 raises by 1. Number 37 raises by 1. I'll raise by another 100. The air has started to heat up now that Carl has raised his bid twice by such a massive amount in rapid succession. The bid price for the lot is far in excess of its actual value. Carl raises an eyebrow and turns to look at Lydia, enjoying the attention from the people around him. Oh, thank you. I'm glad we're going to the I'm glad you're going to these lengths for me, but really you shouldn't have. The manpower issue can be solved internally. Of course you can, but I've decided to bestow upon you this gift, and thus you shall receive. Another raise. No, 36 raises by 1. Number 37 to follow up. Number 37 raises by 3. What's going on? It's the dolls. Carl feels a wave of heat rising to the top of his head. How dare anyone else get into a bidding war with him? He's not an impetuous, arrogant young master anymore. He works for Mr. Zimmerman now, which means he needs to know exactly where each cent he spends is going. The big sum he's putting down isn't meant to buy the doll frames, but to open the door with a company called Connection that Lydia runs. That's fair. That being the case, who are these people who keep raising over his already outrageous bid? Are they Lydia's stooges? Is she trying to test his wealth? Carl glances over at Lydia. Her eyes are sparkling, but she seems to be as surprised as he is because she's looking for those bidders too. Carl grits his teeth. The show must go on. Perhaps backing down would be wise, but wouldn't that also make him look weak to the others? He has no doubt that Jack Fabian and Zimmerman, the person who allowed Carl to call him uncle, will not tolerate weakness or failure. I'll raise by another 100. Carl forces the words out through gritted teeth. However, before the echoes of those words has even faded from the air, number 36 raises by 1 again. Number 37, 2. Number 37 raises by 5. Number 36 raises by 1. Number 37 raises by 10. Number 36 raises by 1. Number 37 raises by 3. Bizarre frenzy has engulfed the auction. The bidding has gone beyond the point of simply making a profit. It's now a race to see who can give more money away. Okay. Dushevniak knows that the community's biggest challenge right now is a lack of resources. She's seen the calculations Ulred has made, and she knows just how precious the funds that Ulred gave her are. That's why she only raised by 1 each time. She wants to help Ulred by purchasing the frames as cheaply as possible. No matter how much Dushevnia, in the name of a hero, declares, or Fetusa or Sweeper, that wasting this money is unacceptable, that fact itself will never change. Dushevnia knows that she can't betray her friend's trust. The only problem is that she has no idea just how much doll frames should cost on the open market. I'll raise by 1. That's why the actions of the blondie beside them are utterly incomprehensible. She keeps flashing evil grins at them, then casually calling out more raises. Dushevnia can't sense any respect for money from her. Up by 3 this time. Raise by 1 again. I'll just raise by 5 then. Oh. Well, she doesn't quite understand how auctions work. The surprised looks on the faces around her give her a few clues. She ought to stop bidding, but if she stops now, what will happen to the amount she's already put forward? Dushevnia suddenly realizes she has no idea, and that realization makes her freeze up. Dushevnia, we should stop. I'm really scared now. I think I'm going to faint. Please stop. Such frivolity. That is not the way of the auction. The foe has lost her way in this duel of numbers. I must rescue her from this brazen enchantment. Actually, I think you're the one who's more into this than anyone else. Like you should just buy the frames off the black market for this kind of money. Seriously, who taught you that this way of the auction rubbish? I'll go give them an educational stabbing. Thank you, Sweeper. I'm gonna screenshot that just for educational stabbing. Yeah, we're the ones who need rescuing more. Believe in me. I carry the future of the doll community on my back, as well as Helen's hopes. I shall not fall here. Sweeper, Fetusa, face palms. I raise by 1. However, there is no response from the other side this time. I hope they have enough money. Oh my god. After a long tense moment of held breath and silence, the sound of the falling gavel echoes through the venue. And sold to number 36. Congratulations on winning the bid. She won? Dushevnia is stunned. God dang, I hope she didn't overbid what she had in her pouch. This victory feels too sudden, as though she skipped over the process of actually defeating her foe. Or rather, it wasn't her opponent who had lost. Dushevnia, that's way more than the amount we brought along. What do we do? What do we do? Dushevnia feels a wave of dizziness wash over her, like she's lost touch with the reality. Everything she sees next feels bizarre and surreal. She sees the long number on the main screen, the staffers heading toward her, that wicked little blondie laughing so hard that she looks like she's having a seizure. Damn it, I've been set up. 'Twas but a vile conspiracy. This is bad, I need to do something. As the thought fills her, she musters all her strength and courage before lunging toward the neighboring table. Hey! The hell are you doing, being a sore loser? Please stop. No violence is allowed on the premises. The staffers quickly bundle Dushevnia away while Basti revels in schadenfreude. Calm down, please, dear customer. This is a place that values etiquette and regulations. Please contain your emotions. I'm sorry. So, who's bidder number 36? Betusa. She grabbed the other. Oh! Good job, Dushevnia. Use the little attack to switch the fucking paddles. Oh, good girl. The staffer looks around and sees the paddle with the number 36 on Bassie's table. Oh, number 36 is here. After seeing the paddle on the table, Bassie's eyes widen. Then she shoots Dushevnia an approving look. Okay. That was good shit. Damn, you look like a dork, but that was well played. Haha, but that's what makes it fun. Fine, you got me. I'm number 36. Alright then, please come with us to settle accounts. I didn't bring any money with me, though. Huh? All I've got is this. Bassie holds up a hand. Everyone can see that she's twirling a pistol around her index finger. What do you think? Handier than cash, no? A gunshot rings out, and then the crystal chandelier above them explodes into a cloud of sparks. It is followed by screams as the venue hall descends into chaos. Apart from money, the people here cherish one other thing: their lives. Security, get security in here now! And now we gotta fight our way out. But that was really good. Alright, let's go, girls. Oh yeah. First turn them. Okay. Oh no, everything's gone wrong. What should we do now? We're innocent. Let's make a run for it. Suddenly a row of bullet holes opens up at their feet. That's them. They're the dolls who were causing trouble just now. Get them. Yeah, but it wasn't us. Betusa's protest fall on deaf ears as a group of security robots rush over. Shut up and run. Go get our weapons back. We can't get caught here. Dushevnia and Betusa make a run for it. Without their weapons, all they can do is avoid direct confrontations and use available cover to circle around the opposition. Just then, the surrounding speakers suddenly spew a loud electrical crackling noise. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement to make. Loudspeakers distort the voice. It sounds nervous, youthful, and slightly familiar. Your security system is filled with loopholes, your firewalls are outdated, and your encryption is, frankly speaking, crap. In other words, it's a piece of cake for hackers to exploit. Oh yes, we are the hackers in question. This is Black Utopia Gang speaking. You've been bugged. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I want to play a game. Right as the words hit the air, the speakers hum with the sound of electrical systems shutting down. The power to the venue goes out and the surroundings are plunged into darkness.
当然の結果ですね。残念です。
Go on.
あなたはここまでです。
Okay. I think I have... So, excuse me. So, excuse me, Julian. What's the new Digimon game called? Oh, excuse me. No narration here, just fight. Bust out my ice team.
たいないわね。現直。失望はさせません。予定地点に到着。逃がしたっての。私が終わらせる。
One shot, one kill.
脅威を排
That's
除する。
Macchiato. Oh, well, these guys are all... Yeah, they're pretty squishy.
行動開始。時間に注意。
All she's gonna do is buff on her first turn. She really needs to just move
ここは
first
通
turn.
しませんよ。私がついています。お静かに。
Stealth mode, huh?
脅威を排除する。
Oh, your stealth is not very good, sir.
昔みたいに私に感謝するといいわ。 行くよ。頑張ります。私があなたを守る。後悔しても知らないよ。みじん切りと素揚げ、どっちがよか。こんなにいい話、めったにないですよ。それがしが守る。砕け散る。
Oh
戦
yeah.
勝祝いにナンバ作ろうかいな。
Okay. 3 more. So, okay, it's not a story node, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. And one and one quick run. It shouldn't take too long. I won't have time to do the story mode one after this though. I've heard that name before. These bugs are a black hat hacker org that gave the banks quite a few headaches in the past. Who the heck are they? Why are they targeting us? It's her. It's them. It's Zoe and Basti, those little punks. How dare they mess up my auction? It looks like I need to teach them a harsh lesson. Isn't that your niece? She's a hacker too? I definitely didn't know she was into that sort of thing. But I know what that greedy little Molly is aiming for now. Send your people to defend the warehouse. The disturbance and the power outage are all distractions. They're targeting the auction lots. Also, you're going up against a tactical doll, so don't hold anything back. Alas, this is the problem with the Yellow Zone. You try to do honest businesses, but people like these just don't understand your ambitions. In the end, everything goes up in price. Sorry. That was sudden. But you're not alone, Lady Lydia. I know what you need. My people are all elite operators and professionals, and now they are yours to command. Appreciate your kindness, Carl. However, you're still a guest. Supposed to be having a good time and they ruined it for all of us. Hold on, I'll assemble them now and place them at your disposal. Alright, I'll assume they'll need entry permits as well. I do so love working with intelligent people. Walks into the darkness behind him. His footsteps are hurried and he deliberately goes a long distance away to a place where Lydia can't hear him. He takes out his communicator and holds it close to his mouth, his voice low and gurgly. How's it going? Are you in the warehouse yet? We did it, boss. We're in. Fortunately, the power outage saved us a lot of trouble. And get to work and swap the items. Lydia's people will be there soon. Don't leave anything behind, anything incriminating. Don't worry, boss. I know what I'm doing. In the darkness, Dushevnia and Fetusa huddle together under a table, anxiously listening to the sound of the footsteps around them. This is a major crisis, strategist. Yes, they think we're accomplices of those two dolls. It feels like they set all this up. Dushevnia, do you know that blonde doll from just now? She seemed to have something against you specifically. Let me think. It looks like that region of my memories hasn't been repaired yet. Forget it. You know how her memory is. No point in giving her a hard time. Let's start by figuring out our situation. Since we're involved in this mess now, we should at least know what's in store for us. Ooh, I know. They're going after the auction items. They clung so desperately to the hero's heels because they were also seeking the treasure that could save the world. It's just 100 doll frames. I could have 10 times that number in just a few minutes if only I could access Sanguis Ferry's resources. Sigh. Oh, how SF has fallen. But they didn't try to snatch up those frames earlier. It feels like they were trying to disrupt the auction. Means messing with us was just a sideshow for them. They're probably going after something else. Ah, so it's here. Their very first side quest of our heroic journey. Let's stop those dastardly knaves from stealing the treasure. Yep, if they get away with it, we might end up being blamed for it. Problem is that it's totally dark now and we have no idea where they are. That's okay, we know where they're headed. There's only one place where all the treasure could be hidden. Are you talking about the warehouse for the auction lots? Yep, let's pick up the pace so we can reach the treasury before the thieves do. Actually, when you think about it, what's wrong with letting them get their way? If we find the frames there, we can just grab them and run. If anyone asks, we'll just say the thieves did it. Thank you, Sweeper. I love Sweeper, she's awesome. We can't do that. Meanwhile, two other dolls are also taking cover in another room, separated from Dushevnia and her party by a single wall. Here, your rifle. Honestly, what would you do without me, Phelan? Thanks. Speaking of which, Zoe is really something. I can't believe she managed to hack the auction's whole systems, too. Still think of her as that kid who needs to be put to bed. Zoe's all grown up now. She's the leader of the bugs, and the kids all call her Big Sis, too. Then we'll have to do our part so as not to squander the bugs' efforts. I have a few favorite characters. And I'll tell you about them in a moment. Yep, time to work hard. And since you said as much, you can come up with our next move, Phelan. I'll take you on a tour of my favorites as soon as I lock down this segment of the mission, okay? Wait a minute, you're asking me? Yeah, didn't you say you were gonna do your part? Then you can start thinking right now. But you're the one who does all the planning. Besides, didn't you fully plan out a big heist like this? Yeah, right, as if such a comprehensive and customized plan would exist. I only thought about how to sneak in. Now you decide how to do the rest. Ah, it's too sudden. Okay, fine. Our destination is the warehouse, right? Yep. So we should head towards the warehouse now. Yep. What next? Then, we'll do this and this and that and that. I like that plan. Meanwhile, a warehouse security guard is hiding inside a cabinet. Really? Normally, he would be at his post to ensure no thieves can get in. However, it seems like there are way too many thieves surrounding the warehouse at the moment. Poor fucker. Reinforcements have not arrived yet. Who's there? Passing heroes need not state their names to ordinary mobs. Sounds like two groups of people have encountered each other. I asked you first, so you answer first. We're warehouse security, your turn. Suddenly, the sound of intense gunfire fills the air. Your security? I'm here to take out security. Upon hearing this, the guard curls up even more tightly. Accursed villain, I bet you didn't expect us to not be security either. Target hostile status confirmed. Counterattacking now. Just then, Bassie and Phelan run into a burst of gunfire as they're sneaking along. What? We've been spotted? No, they're not attacking us. There are two groups of people shooting at each other. Lots of gunfire from one side, they've got the numbers advantage. The other side doesn't have as many guns, but their tactics are much better. Could it be those two dolls from just now? Wonder who gave them the idea to make a move now. How dare they ruin my show? There are other people here too. Are you with them? Damn it, things couldn't have possibly gotten off to a worse start. Ooh, are they gonna give me a trial with her? If not, I'm just gonna beat up anyone I can find. I am actually pulling for this girl right now because obviously the cat dad needs to pull for the Catgirl. I mean, it's just what it is. Wow, that's my partner for you. Your battle plan turned out to be just like mine. So they're probably gonna have my team here though. Okay. So I can say two of my favorite girls are right here on this team. And that's Perry and Hiha. And Perry because she's just the cutest little main / sub DPS that you ever did see, and she makes shields. For herself anyway. So let me see. I can toss Vector out here. So I'll toss Yuhi is another favorite. I can toss her in there. This will be, might not be a single element team, but it's certainly a working team. Now, Straight up, I think my favorite character is quite honestly
了解
Leva right here. One of my favorite characters in the whole game. And yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, she's got some story. Honestly, she will not perform anywhere near at her best without her team, but at this level she can probably still clear the field by herself, so I'm just gonna run it like this. Have a few of my favorite girls all hanging out together here. And we'll, yeah. Okay, I can't do slow mode.
後悔しても知らないよ
Yeah, Kiho, I'll just
こんなにいい話めったにないですよ
blast him in the face with a shotgun, jump behind him and blast him in the nugget with a freaking pistol. Like, really? Oh, and she dances. She has a very nice jiggle.
練習の成果は
She's a team buffer. Don't quite have all the components of the team that she really makes shine yet. I need 2 more dolls. One of them is running right now, but
まだまだ
Catgirl Corrosion Medic, I have to get her.
静かにして
And I have a kitty kitty.
What's up, Mr. Kitty Kitty? Damn.
どっちがよか
一人前になりますワイドエリー
Aren't there too many enemies here? I don't know. Darkness has shrouded my eyes and the fog of war blinds us. Deshevnia, cease fire. Deshevnia stops shooting, however the chaotic firefight doesn't stop. Are they shooting at someone else? Did those idiots start infighting? The people just now said they weren't security guards. Does it mean there's more than one batch of thieves? The situation's getting too complicated. We should withdraw for now. Since we're already here, we might as well finish the mission and grab the frames. You're saying to grab 100 frames? We can't get them all out without a vehicle. If we come back empty-handed after causing all this chaos, what do you think that cruel and demonic commander will do to us? We'll definitely be scrapped, right? The commander's not that kind of person. But at this rate, things aren't looking good for us. At the very least, we need to figure out what those dastardly knaves are up to. We can't just give up without knowing what's going on. You've got a point. Since people are fighting over it with actual guns, the target must be very important. It would be bad if it fell into the wrong hands and everyone suffered as a result. Let's go. If what strategist says is true, we'll seize the treasure and keep the bad guys from getting it. You do have bright thoughts from time to time, Deshevnia. I think it's a good idea. I know, right? Wait a minute, am I hearing this right? Are you two actually serious about this? There's no time to hesitate. Just sit back and give me frame control authority for now. Elsewhere in the middle of a dense web of gunfire, Phelan tugs on Bassie's tail. Yeah? Bassie, don't get carried away. We have work to do. Right, work. Have you found the target yet? Yep, come with me. I found one that's just right. Not far away, a large group is advancing down the corridors toward the warehouse. How's it going? It's done. We're bringing the power back on now. Just as the man finishes speaking, everyone hears an electrical hum. The lights come back on and blast the entire area in stark white light, leaving no corner untouched. The scene is surprisingly still. The strange silence of dozens of people standing around as they adjust to the light has an inexplicable air of piety to it. The light seems almost divine in nature as it purifies the area. It's as though the darkness, chaos, and gunfire from moments before were nothing but a phased whimsy. Even the densely packed bullet holes on the wall seemed in place. Only the acrid stench of gunpowder and smoke in the air proves that the previous events had actually occurred. Do an inventory check, see if anything's missing. Soon, Lydia receives a surprising answer. Ma'am, nothing's missing. All lots are present and the quantities match up too. Oh? Lydia feels relieved and puzzled at the same time. Basti is a cunning little minx. She knows well how to get what she wants. In fact, the entire process seemed pretty much perfect. First, she snuck a gun in to cause chaos. Then, she kept security busy by cutting the power. Following that, she fought a running gun battle to the warehouse entrance. But in the end, nothing happened. Lydia can't help but wonder, did Basti retreat out of caution, or does she have another scheme in mind? Fortunately, our response came in time. We should rejoice that nothing was lost. Indeed, it was most fortuitous. As Lydia moves through the warehouse, her fingertip grazes over the various crates. She needs to assess her losses ASAP and check if anything is missing. Just as she thinks that, she finds Carl standing in front of her. Let's carry on with the auction. We can finally do some proper business without those brats getting in the way. Remember what happened just now? My bid for those frames still stands. Lady Lydia, you wouldn't refuse a gift from a friend, would you? Lydia smiles, quickly readjusting herself and switching back to the familiar rules of the game. Of course, I would never refuse a friend's request, much less a gift.
Okay.
So, yay. Okay, so I have come to a good stopping point, and now I'll show off my favorite dolls here after I collect these rewards. And these here. Kitty cat, quit clawing me. You're being a jerk. Quit clawing me, you little wanker. Well, yeah, no, oops, damn it. I actually went to the crew deck. I mean, that's not terrible or anything, because... Oh, yeah, I had to turn my commander female because that ass. Yeah. Here's Perry. She's pretty awesome. She is cool, but there's a lot of really cool characters here, honestly. But yeah, I think Leva is probably my favorite girl. Yep. She understands humans very, very well, and she can out bullshit a con artist. Leva is a really, really cool character. Here, I'll show you in her, in the refitting room here. She might be my 5th most powerful doll by the numbers, but when she has her team in place, she can literally clear the whole field. Yeah, she's a little worse for wear, having taken the kind of damage that required a hard arm replacement. She has actual hard armor built into parts of her frame, unlike the other dolls. And she was the first leader of Squad 404. But now, Klukai is the leader of Squad 404. That's this lady here. And I really like her character. I wouldn't say she's one of my favorites, but love the character. Petusa here along with Sweeper inside her head are definitely a couple of my favorite characters in this game. Hell, they fascinated me back when I want to say it was in the campaign because they introduced her early on. Yeah, it was in this one in chapter 6.5 that they first introduced Fetusa, but she was just called Strange Doll back then. Yep. Creepy Doll, that's what she was called. Now on the other hand, if you like your Tsundere girls, freaking Macchiato is Rin Tosaka with a rifle. She is that Tsundere. And she's the only character that I have 2 premium outfits for. So I really like her a lot, although, yeah. Now this is actually a free outfit that you had to grind for. But I got that because her original outfit, well actually this is the paid outfit I have for Kihua. That's obviously extremely hot. But her original outfit has her in the same outfit except wearing the coat around her waist. And I thought this was actually just really cool. And I like the way she looks with those boots of hers. And having the pistol there on her side, I really like that. If this one had the pistol on her side as well, I would be more tempted to run it. Now, honestly, I would wish that they would do more premium outfits like this one for Lena. This is Leva's sister, by the way, and a core of her team. But I like her. I like the fact that they gave her like the tactical ghost outfit. So this is her default outfit. But the fact that she can turn invisible and stuff, and them giving her the ghost recon gear, I was like, yeah, that's fucking badass. Yeah, I wish they would do more outfits that were tactical and sexy, kind of like this. Because a lot of the outfits just don't really fit in with the idea of that girl going out into combat, you know? Like her premium outfit, I still have it on. I still have it, but I just have her wearing it on the crew deck only, you know? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of doing the same thing with this game that I'm doing with Wuthering Waves, and trying to have a team for every element for endgame stuff, you know? And I do know, and the Chinese server is ahead of ours, but they're rushing releases on the global server to catch us up with the Chinese server. So yeah, I don't know when we're gonna actually be in the same spot, but I know that there's an electric healer that's going to be coming up that I can replace Springfield with. And right now I'm pulling on Basti, who's the corrosion healer here I need for this team. And this, I just use this because this is the Elmo starting team, but I need a couple more to be able to make a decent water team as well. I've got some good core components for that, but still missing the numbers. But right now I'm concentrating on building my corrosion team.
指揮官、いいところに来てくれ
At
ま
the
した。
moment, I'm putting all the neural all the data cores into, info cores into the corrosion team right now, because the only character in the corrosion team that I have actually built up is Lind. And that's because she was one of my early characters. That because I didn't have the resources to do a straight line team. So I was just trying to, mix and match to the best of my ability to be able to tackle end game content, So yeah, I built her up because she was really helpful to taking out enemies in AoE.
指揮官、私、
Now, Suomi is honestly one of my most built characters.
戦闘準備完了。
But yeah, I just finished building up my ice team here, so it's on to corrosion now. Try and get them all built up, and after that I'll start working on my physical team more. I think the only one I have now that really needs to be built up is Faye, but I still need to actually get one of the girls that's on banner right now, which is Voimestina. I like the character like in the game. I don't like what they did with the character as a playable character, though, if that makes sense. And it annoys me. They pretty much broke PvP when she came out and made it annoying. Ooh, Angry Lind. But yeah. No. Getting a healer for my corrosion team is, yeah, way more important. So, what is this thing? Oh, I got a prize. Let's get the prize before I log out here. Kill a total of 90 elite units with critical hits. Hey, that's cool. Alright then, guys. Well, let's see what this notification is. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, my intel pointed to the phase clash here. I'll take them out later this week because I do have the last week it was in corrosion, and my corrosion team is not up to the phase clash. They would get wiped. I need to get my get them finished getting built up with their info cores. Hell, even if I could just get Klukai built up with her info cores, I would probably be able to at least have a good chance of finishing the phase clash on corrosion. So, but anyway, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get ready to go to work tonight. And this Gato bro wants his treats. Yes, he does. He's a big kitty bro.
Yes. And he's a happy kitty. Look at that happy kitty face.
Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow night with Wuthering Waves for sure. Not gonna change. I gotta do End State Matrix, so look forward to that. Peace out. Be safe. Sleep well if you're gonna. If you're gonna.